Hi, I'm Laura O'Neill. I'm president and CEO of Nacho Madres Incorporated. Nacho Madres is a new upcoming gluten-free company. We're starting with our first product as gluten-free tortillas, and we're going to eventually go into other gluten-free products. 2015, we were incorporated. I worked on the recipe probably a year before that. So it's going on almost 3 years. The reason I started the company is, like, first of all, my husband loves to cook. He's always in the kitchen. And for me, I did this because I like to tinker with recipes. I'm not actually someone who likes to cook, if that makes sense. But I like to tinker, and I like to invent things. And that's where this came from. And also the need for me. I wanted a better gluten-free product, and I think that my company is going to produce really good gluten-free products that can transition over to people who are not gluten-free. I got a cottage license, which is new in the state of California. So I got a cottage license, and we started producing here. We've since moved to a manufacturing kitchen in Costa Mesa. I think these tortillas can transition to every market. I believe that someone who eats a regular wheat tortilla can also eat our tortillas. I think ours are great. I think it's important for people to know that when you're talking about someone who's gluten-free, it's celiac, which is an actual disease, which is very serious. Mine is less. I have a gluten intolerance, which means I have certain symptoms like, abdominal. I have a nervous. The gluten actually affected my nervous system. I think it's important to understand what gluten is. Gluten is actually it's in wheat products, and it's a protein, and there's two proteins that are actually in gluten that give the elasticity and the chewiness to bread. And it's important to note that not everyone that is gluten-free has celiac. My background, I have a degree in biology, which I think helps with the recipe building, but I also had owned a commercial kitchen before I'd built in Anaheim, and I did gourmet toffee and cookies for Nordstrom's and for ABC. I did it for several big clients, but when the recession hit, I started losing my clientele, and I ended up selling that commercial kitchen. Sizes. We have an 8.5, more of a burrito size, and then we have a small 4.5, which is like a street taco size. And we have 5 different flavors. We have a original hot sauce infused, Southwest lime and cilantro, a roasted garlic and red pepper, and a vegetarian. Tortillas are made by hand. As you can see, we use a mixer to mix in the manufacturing kitchen is much larger. But this is small scale here, and we use a KitchenAid, and we mix the products or ingredients, and then we actually hand roll them at this point right now. We're not completely automated. We just ordered a machine, and we'll be completely automated in the next few weeks. It's pretty large scale. We can produce about 600 to 1,000 tortillas an hour versus what we're doing. My husband and I were in the kitchen one day, and I said, oh my gosh, I really want a name that says, like, it stands out. It's like not your mother's, but it's kind of like, a play on words. And he said, how about Nacho Madres? And we're like, that's it. So that's where the name came from. If someone were to ask me for advice on starting a business, especially in the food industry in California, I tell them that do a lot of research before you do it, because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of regulations. There's a great deal of regulations, a great deal of permits that you have to attain before you can actually get started. And I didn't realize that because I'm coming from a company that these regulations were there, but not as stringent as they are now. The future. Quite frankly, I believe I'm building an empire. This is a gluten-free, it's a billion-dollar industry, billions of dollars industry right now. But I think that my company stands separate from all the others because I want it to taste good. I want to get into all the grocery stores, fast food, hospitality. I want to go into hospitals, schools. I'm doing everything I can to try to get it out there. We do have salespeople we've hired, and we have a little team that we've created to try to get this out there and get Nacho Madres out there so we're a brand that people recognize.